Okay, now I'm almost done with the get player request. The next thing I want to do is ensure that all the relevant data that was generated or that will be generated in the get player request should be returned out of this workflow so that they can be used in other parts of this process or game. And the relevant data that we want are saved in the variables with the word selected. For example, the selected number of questions, we want this. Control click, selected type of questions, selected difficulty, selected play, and selected player name. I can simply right click on this and convert them to arguments, and they would be arguments on this workflow and definitely would be passed out of the workflow. But that's not a great way to do it because I really feel uncomfortable having a lot of arguments coming out of a workflow. So another way we can do this is by using a dictionary again. So I'm going to go to my argument section and I would just create a single variable with a dictionary type. So I'm going to call that gameRequest. And I'm going to give gameRequest the direction of out because I want to pass the data out. And I want to give the argument type, set the argument type to a dictionary of string. Now you don't have to go to browse types because you have used that before. So you should see that on your list. Just in case you can't see that, then you have to go to browse type and definitely search for it. System.collections.generic.dictionary, and then you want to select string of string and hit OK. All right, hit Ctrl S to save to make sure you're in the right place. Ctrl S, and we're good. The next thing I want to do is in my multiple assign right at the top of my workflow, I want to get the game request initialized because before you use a dictionary, it must be initialized. So I'm going to say game request, and I'm going to equate this to dictionary of string. Oops, I have an error, and I can hover here and see that it says I cannot assign a dictionary of string cannot be converted to a dictionary of integer of string. Let's go fix this. I think we made a mistake when we were selecting our dictionary type. So I hit save here, Ctrl S to save. I head back to the arguments panel, and if you see, this is not actually a dictionary of string, it's an integer of string. So I'm going to switch this to a string of string. I think I made that mistake when I was trying to show you guys how you could select your dictionary if you don't find it in the list of argument types. Good. I hit Ctrl S to save one more time. Now the next thing I want to do is go down here to my if statement that says if play equals to true. Now what I want to do is I want to have a multiple assign here now instead of a single assign, and I'm going to transfer this stuff here to the multiple assign. So I place this here, and we are good. And I'm going to delete this. Now I would love to load the game request. So I'm going to say add, and I'm going to expand on this here. I'm going to say set the value of, I'm going to say game request into brackets with the key name, player name. I want you guys to take note of these key names because this is what we are going to use to retrieve the value from the game request in other parts of the process. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to set the value to selected player name. I'm going to click on add again, and I'm going to expand on this, and I'm going to say game request with the key name number of questions, and I save this, and I'm going to set the value to selected number of questions. I hit save. Ctrl S, I do add again, and I'm going to expand on this, and I'm going to say game request into bracket question category. I'm going to save, and I'm going to set the value to selected question, selected type of question. I click save, Ctrl S to save, and I'm going to add again, and I expand on this, and I'm going to say game request into bracket difficulty. I'm going to save, and I'm going to set the value here to selected difficulty. I save out of this, Control S to save, and I do add again and I expand on this, and I'm gonna say gameRequest into bracket should play, and I'm gonna save out of this and set the value to selected play. Now I hit save and everything looks nice. Control S to save, and let's test this. So I'm gonna leave this with a breakpoint here and hit the debug. Now the form opens up nicely. I'm gonna provide my name, Jack. Number of questions, 6. Type of question, I'm gonna choose film and TV. Difficulty, I'm gonna say medium, and when I hit play, you can see now that there would be a dictionary called gameRequest, and when we expand on this dictionary by hitting the edit sign, it contains all our values. So player name is going to be Jack, number of questions is going to be 6, question category is going to be film and TV, difficulty is going to be medium, and should play is true. Sweet. I'm going to close out of this and I'm going to stop the process right now. Oh yeah, I think we have one more thing to do. So now if selected play equals to true, we do this bunch of stuff. So what if selected play is false? We want to have another sign here, and you want to set open expression in the editor, and you want to set gameRequest should play. You want to save this and you want to set the value to whatever you get out of selected play. That means selected play would be false. You save this and you're good to go. You're more than welcome to test this. So let's test this and make sure it is fine. So I'm going to hit debug. Right now my form opens up nicely, and this time around I'm not going to provide any values or any name or anything in the fields. I'm just going to hit end, and you would notice that gameRequest dictionary just has one key, which is actually should play, and is set to false. Nice.